Today, about 30 to 65% of our youth are unemployed or disengaged from the society, from the community, and as a result of that, are susceptible to recruitment for terrorism and the lure of trying to flee to the pastures.
The mission for Africa 2100 is trying to improve the lives of those in underserved communities. And we seek to do that by empowering the youth within those communities, those who seek to start a business and need help doing so.
As Africa 2100, we also run an online program for the entrepreneurs to deep dive into ensuring that they're actually building a sustainable business model, that they have the right go-to-market strategy, in short, everything you need to know about starting and running a business.
So we recently completed a pilot program, which ran from the beginning of July through September across the 3 countries where we're currently executing. And it was very exciting to see that at the end of the program, 73% of these participants, about 19 out of the 26, actually launched their ventures or advanced the ventures which they had when they came into the program.
If anything, my mind has shifted from what it was to now what it is. Now, I truly believe I've gathered all the tools that I need to be a proper entrepreneur.
This community that we formed has been a great support system. It's always good when you're walking on a journey to have someone beside you to give you that little boost, because entrepreneurship is not easy for anyone.
Africa 2100 helped me to, turn that knowledge of fashion into a business. Before then, I had just like one machine. So before the demo day, I was able to get like an industrial machine, 4 to 5 more machines. And then I had 2 other people join me, a tailor and then someone like an assistant.
We can see that this makes a significant progress towards our estimated goal of creating over 5 million jobs and adding about $5.8 billion in economic impact to these communities over the next 10 to 15 years. We're looking to also grow and build our ecosystem. And we're looking for investors as well as sponsors, those who are willing to sponsor each of these participants or invest in their ventures. Please go to our websites. We need you to join our movement and help us unlock the potential of these African youth on our continent.
Good day, everybody, and welcome. My name is Chudi Obiaya, and I am very excited that you're able to join us here today. I know most of you are having to trade off work or other commitments to be with us, and hopefully we will meet your expectations. But we will try to stay on track, so forgive us if we really snap through most things. I'm the one in the way of your hearing what these exciting entrepreneurs have to share with you of the journey they've gone through. So I will begin by giving you a quick overview. You saw a little bit of that in the video which we just watched. My intent now is to kind of take you through the journey which we've taken over the last so many months, maybe. Actually, it's been over a year now that we began this journey. But before I do that, we'll take you through what we have lined up for you today. Let's just share the screen here. So what you see here is our agenda for today. You just had a quick overview of that journey, a quick video synopsis of what we're trying to do here, the mission. I will dive a little bit deeper into that as I take you through the road we've traversed, as well as the road the 5 entrepreneurs who you're going to be listening to today have gone through. And you will see that we have 5 of them listed here. We will have the country leads or my country partners walk us through, introduce each one of them. And then we'll have a closing remark. Hopefully we can squeeze this all in within the 2 hours. I know some of you are going to drop off after an hour. Hopefully you will see enough to make you change your mind and reschedule your other commitments. Tall order, I know, but I'm going to try. That's my goal, to get you to sit through the 90 minutes and see what these folks have to share with you. So I'm going to put this in presentation mode and jump right into it. So you saw a little bit of this in the video for those who joined us early enough to go through that. This is the problem we're trying to solve. The problem of unemployment, the fact that as the population on the African continent continues to explode and the youth population takes up half of what exists on the planet Earth, that unemployment will increase. Currently it's between 30 and 65%. That's one of the issues. So the other issue is the lack of the infrastructure, because if we are going to have over 270 million youth joining the working population within the next 25 years, nobody's going to create that many number of jobs. So how can we convert them to be job creators rather than job seekers? That's really the mission which we have here. So as the video indicated, mission is improving the lives of the community, because my belief is that as we empower the youth, especially those who intend to start a business and need help doing so, as we empower them, then the commercial activities in their communities would accelerate. And as that increases, then lives will improve through the creation of jobs, through the increased discretionary income that they have, not to mention the confidence that they'll have to now invest, contribute, and support their communities. So this thriving ecosystem will enable us get these sustainable and rich communities. How have we traversed so far? This journey began at the beginning of last year. And we started off by trying to find out what is the pain, what is the problem, what's holding those back who want to start a business and need help doing so. What obstacles are they trying to overcome? So once we validated that pain point, then the next step we took was trying to figure out how can we solve that problem for them. So we went through the next step of trying to confirm the offerings that we have created. Is it actually delivering value? And that was the first cohort which we ran last year. The second cohort, which you're going to see some of the participants of the second cohort today, we decided to, given the success rate we had with the first cohort, we wanted to see if it's transferable. We had initially executed that in the major urban areas, Accra, Ghana, Nairobi, Kenya, Lagos, and Abuja in Nigeria. So this time around, we wanted to move into the hinterland, so to speak. We wanted to go to the rural areas or semi-urban areas. So we went to Voi in Kenya, we went to Kumasi in Ghana, and we went to Uyo in Nigeria to test this thing out. Is it transferable? Is it repeatable? And we are seeing similar results there as well. And we also wanted to test out, the first one was a hybrid. The second one, we're trying to test out, can we do this thing 100% virtual to lower the cost? Because the cheaper it is, the more scalable it becomes. These are the offerings which we've come up with so far. We welcome anybody who just goes to our website and submits a request to join us. And that's what you see here as the online entrepreneurial community. That's our first vehicle. Our flagship vehicle is what we refer to as the FRP, which is the Foundation Readiness Program, training program. And we're doing this to give them the fundamentals that they need, while at the same time concurrently working with them on the ideas. So this is not an abstract program. It's truly hands-on. They come in with the idea or with their fledgling business, and we walk through that with them as part of that flagship program. Thereafter, because by that point, we believe they would have understood what problem are they trying to solve and what's that solution. So the problem to solution fit. This is a pain that my prospective customers are experiencing, and this is how I'm going to solve it. And I've validated with them that they are willing to stick their hands in their pocket and pay for this solution that I plan to offer them. Thereafter, we now work with them to get them the resource that they need. If you read through the prior slide, we're trying to train them to be entrepreneurs. We are mentoring them, giving them the mentorship that they require, and then we're connecting them to the resource. So that's really what happens in the white box you see here. We now connect them to the resource, which you have a role in. I didn't tell you that up front, but that's part of the reason why you're here. And along the way, we came up with a podcast as well, which is available publicly as a way to reach the man on the street, to help demystify what it takes to start a business. Because we felt, well, given the learnings and given what we're understanding as some of the challenges with those in the community, let's put it out there so those on the streets too, who do not know what they do not know, can begin to understand and debunk some of their misunderstandings related to starting a business. So if we are to dive into the Foundation Readiness Program, which is the journey that these individuals, these 5 remarkable individuals have gone through, this is what attracted them. This is what we told them. As part of the offering, first of all, they get access to a learning platform. We assign them a mentor, one-on-one, who they meet with every other week. And that's a commitment from the mentor side of about 3 hours a month, 3 to 4 hours a month is all that takes. And I'll tell you why I'm telling you all of that later on. And then they also get a coach who meets with them minimally on a weekly basis. And then they get access to master classes and all the wonderful guests that we're able to bring in to talk about their journey, as well as share some of their subject matter expertise. What's the way we support it? It's self-driven. My belief is that as entrepreneurs, it has to be intrinsic. It is driven from inside, not extrinsic. So we structure this in a manner that they are always in the driver's seat, and we meet them where they are. That's really how this whole program is structured. And then at the end of the program, we expect that they will get some of the value that you will see expressed or demonstrated later on today, which is they have increased confidence. They now have a game plan for how to execute their businesses, and they also can capture or get some of the resources that they need to continue the journey, not to mention the collaboration and the relationships they build along the way as part of the process, because entrepreneurship, for those of you who've gone down this path, it's an extremely lonesome game. And as I like to say, misery loves company. So we give them that opportunity to commiserate with others who are walking a similar journey and can understand what exactly they're going through. So these are some of the success stories that we have so far from the first cohort as well as the second cohort, at least from the second cohort, Damilola and Haron from the first cohort. So these are folks who have accelerated their business and based on some of the learns and some of the support that we've been able to provide to them. As if we are to summarize, we've had a total of 50 participants so far. There were 26 in the first, 24 in the second, and across the 3 countries. Of that 50, as you can see here, 35 have so far launched their businesses, their ventures, and have created over 90 jobs to date, which for me, I didn't think it would happen this fast. I thought maybe give it a couple of years or so, but it's remarkable to see that we're already beginning to see some of the results from the support we're providing to these remarkable individuals. I thought it would make sense for me to share with you the pledge we give to them. So when they started the program as part of the orientation, this is the pledge we make to them. And you'll see it's a commitment which we've given that we will increase their confidence, we will help them get some clarity as to how to execute their business. And we will measure that by virtue of the feedback they give us at the end of the program. Did we get them there? Did we meet those expectations which we set up front? The second part of that is really the connection to the resources that they need, where we're telling them at least 20% of them would be engaged with potential sponsors or investors. Again, this is where you're coming to play. And this is the reason why we have the showcase. This is the reason why we're continuing to build an ecosystem of supporters, an ecosystem of investors, an ecosystem of mentors. We need, this thing is bigger than me and bigger than all of the folks who you see who are already engaged. We need each and every one of you. And hopefully you will see something here today that resonates with you in a way that you choose to get involved one way or the other. Again, we hope to meet you where you are, and we are looking forward to you raising your hand. So these are some of the folks who volunteer to serve as mentors. They are special in that they raise their hand. There are people who we know from some form of fashion and who stepped off the ledge to say, hey, I'm willing to help advance what you're doing here. I'm willing to work with these individuals. And to them, I say, thank you. We can't do this. These folks couldn't have gotten this far. The folks you see here on the screen are those who supported the current cohort. There are others who were in the first cohort, but didn't have the bandwidth to join the second cohort. So we continue to build the list of mentors. And we hope that some of you here today will be willing to raise your hand and help us in this mission as we continue to walk this journey. So thank you, those of you who are currently on the call of these mentors. And please help us continue to reach out to your network to share with them the benefits and the value you are getting, because I believe it's a two-way street. And not only are you giving some guidance and advice and helping these aspiring entrepreneurs advance their journey, but also hopefully you're getting some benefits out of helping give hope to them and to their businesses. Now, you knew I was going to come to this. This is where I make an ask. And my first ask, as I may have insinuated earlier on, is listen intently to the 5 founders There are 5 of the FRP-02, the second cohort. And not because it's only 5 of them, but because we knew you wouldn't have the appetite to sit down with us for 4 to 6 hours. So we're breaking it up in multiple segments. So today you get 5. Hopefully next month we get another 5. And so these 5 today are going to share with you their venture. And if there's any way or whether it's leveraging your network, whether it is sponsoring whatever they are seeking, whether it is providing mentoring or mentorship or connecting them with potential partners, we will appreciate that support. The second thing I'm going to be asking you for is we are trying to get our product to market fit, meaning we build the product, we've demonstrated the value, and now we're trying to figure out how to make this thing sustainable. So to do that, we'll be kicking off a market survey at the beginning of next week. And at that point, we are trying to validate some of our assumptions, is what that survey is seeking to do. And it's primarily targeted at those in the diaspora, but really it's everybody. We need everybody's feedback. So you don't necessarily have to be from the diaspora or in the diaspora. We are seeking, based on that, to get some definitive guidance as to which path to go. So those of you who registered for this session, let me get your permission and your pardon that you will be receiving this survey. We will send you a link just as we're putting it out there, and we hope you will also share it with your network as well. Because the more data we can get, the better informed we will be, more deliberate, and it will accelerate our journey towards trying to execute and keep this door open so that we can continue to scale to the rest of the countries in Africa, which is our goal. Not just these 3 countries. These 3 countries were the pilots. And our hope is to extend to all 54 countries on the African continent. Not just that, also the US, because we are also looking at doing that, starting the next cohort in the US, depending on a number of items. But we think the interactions would be very beneficial, not to mention the global market dynamics that will come as part of that. And then the last ask I have is take a trip to our website and join the ecosystem in whatever capacity makes sense for you. It's very easy. We recently redesigned or relaunched our website in an effort to make it much easier for you to identify how you choose to be involved with us. So please take that time to do so. And I thank you again for your time, for joining us today. And I thank you for the support I know that we're going to get from you. And with that, I want to also, obviously, I haven't been able to do this, or I haven't done this all by myself. I have partners. So these are the partners in the different countries who are working with me and who have helped advance. So what you see today, they were instrumental in, because we believe in the localized support. So even though we are sending and we have an online platform, we also believe that it needs to be localized. And this is where they come in, and this is the expertise they've brought in addition to others. And you will be hearing from some of them as they introduce the participants from their country who are pitching today. The person you see here who is is local, who is Adam. Adam has been joined our group recently to provide support as we prepare to start a cohort in the US as well. hopefully either Chicago or on the West Coast. But ideally, we're hoping it will start out locally where both Adam and I dwell. With that said, I will call on Cassandra to take us to the next person or the next section of today's presentation, which will be the venture and the presentations. So Cassandra.
Thank you very much, Shidi. A very good day to our invited business experts, potential partners and investors, colleagues and participants. Thank you all for joining us this afternoon for this showcase. My name is Cassandra and I'm the founder and team lead for Money Hub initiatives here in Ghana. And we are the country partner for Africa 2100 here in Ghana. And I am privileged to be introducing my participant who is to showcase his business this afternoon. Ali Issa is the co-founder of Progal Agro Processing Limited, a company that is into farming and processing cassava into different forms of gari. Ali is an educator working with the Ghana Education Service here in Ghana, and he doubles up as an entrepreneur, a passionate one for that matter. He's passionate about community advocacy, and so he uses his business to also promote education and to support the young people in his community. Ali's vision is to revolutionize Africa's food landscape by creating a sustainable, large-scale food chain. Ladies and gentlemen, I am passionate and I am excited to introduce to you Ali Issa, co-founder of Progal Agro Processing Limited.
So my name is Ali Issa, and I'm the co-founder of Progal Agro Processing. So during my school days, I was also farming to support myself in school. And during my farming, I realized that I lose a lot of my produce after harvest. Sometimes I even lose them before harvest. Through my research, I realized this was a national problem. And so there was a need to find a solution to it. So as a cassava farmer, the solution I had was that we needed to establish a factory that would process this cassava into gari or other finished goods. So that is what brought about Progal Agro Processing. The challenge is that Ghana produces 20 million tons of cassava annually. Out of this, 40% is consumed in households in different ways. 10% is left for industrial use, while 50%, representing 10 million, goes rotten. The solution is that Progal Agro Processing Limited has established a factory that produces or processes cassava into gari. We are on the aim of processing 40,000 tons of cassava into gari annually. This, we believe, will help to reduce the post-harvest loss of cassava, increase smallholder farmers' income, create employment for the youth in our community, especially the women, and also increases the country's GDP while we are making profits. Our business model is that when we go to the farm to harvest, we harvest the cassava. Afterwards, we source the best cassava from our harvest. We process it into the gari, we package and then distribute. We have 3 different types of gari we produce. We have the vitamin A fortified gari, which goes for 1 kg goes for 40 cedis. We have the banana flavored gari, which 1 kg goes for 30 cedis, and gari cereal, in which we sell 1 kg for 80 cedis. This is the team to execute this project. Myself, Ali Issa, I serve as the Chief Operations Officer of this project. I hold a degree in mathematics and business from the University of Cape Coast. I have a decade experience in farming and also 4 years experience working in a gari factory. Emilia Musa serves as our CEO. She has a degree in nursing from the University for Development Studies. She has 6 years experience in cassava farming and also serves as the transition
I think we might have lost the sound there. I don't know if it's just me.
Yeah, I think so too.
I do too. I can't hear anything. Thank you, Cassandra.
Thank you, Toyin. Okay. Just a moment. I think Judy's video is muted. Just a moment.
We also have the fastest and best delivery service when it comes to Gary. Most of our competitors in the market are not delivering their Gary, and we are doing the delivery services for our customers. We also have innovative products such as the banana flavored Gary, the Gary cereal, and the vitamin A fortified Gary. These are products that are not on the market, and these are solely our own products. Our marketing strategies include referral marketing. Currently, we've been able to advise and then spoken to our customers so much that they are also referring other customers to us because of our delivery service and the quality of our products. We get a lot of referrals from our customers. We go for trade shows where we exhibit our products to a lot of people. We also use social media to sell a lot because right now social media is really bringing us a lot of income from our customers. We are on Facebook, we are on X, TikTok, WhatsApp, all the social media handles, we have them that we are using. We also do product sampling. We go around, we give out our products to people to taste, then some of them come back to the factory to purchase, while others also call for delivery. Traction. So far this year, we've made $5,000 in sales, and we have more than 12 plus farmers who serve as our suppliers. We have 20 plus customers. Currently, we are dealing with retailers, so 20 plus retailers who usually purchase our products. Some do it on a weekly basis, others do it bi-weekly. And we also have 10% market share in our district. And we are currently on a 5% month-on-month increase in revenue. Milestones achieved. So far, $35,000 has been raised for this project. Our business is registered with the Registry of Companies in Ghana. We have created at least 60 jobs, both direct and indirect. We have 70% of our machines needed in the factory acquired, and then we have a production facility built so that we can do in-house production. Milestones we intend to achieve. We want to register with the Food and Drugs Authority, Ghana Standard Authority, so that we can start exporting our products. We also intend to export our products to international markets that we've not done. We are on the verge of training our farmers so that they can engage in sustainable agriculture, so that they don't spoil the land and all that. We are also aim to get 25% market share in the whole country, and we are also aiming for a 20% increase in month-on-month revenue. Our financial projection. 2023, when we started, we only made a sales of 270. In 2024, we only made sales of 8,670. 2025, our projected sales is that we are projecting to make 150,000 in sales. And 2026, we are projecting to make 100% increase in sales from 150 to 300,000. In 2027, we are projecting to make 560,000 Ghana cedis in sales. These are due to the kind of products we are bringing on the market and how competitive our product is. This is giving us a unique advantage over our competitors because we have a factory established that produces this. Most of our competitors are just using the small way, and then they are manufacturing or producing in small quantities, and we are expanding our product. Currently, we make a weekly expenditure of 250 cedis and then a weekly revenue of 280 cedis. That is helping us to move forward. So our funding request. So far, $35,000 has been raised for this project. We are seeking an amount of $25,000 for a 10% stake in this company. This will help us to purchase a cassava peeling machine, which will help to increase our production. And since we intend to expand or increase production, we also need a storage facility, which part of this money will be used in building. and we also intend to increase or expand our farm. The impact of our program in the society is that we create jobs for the youth in the society. We are increasing the income of smallholder farmers, and we are also trying as much as possible to help achieve the SDG goals 1, 2, 5, 8, and 12. And we are also helping to reduce the post-harvest loss of cassava in Ghana. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is Ali Issa. I'm excited, and I hope that you're all excited about him just as I am. At this juncture, we would like to take a few questions. If you have any questions for Ali, you can either type it and Dr. Berry will help us read it, or you can unmute and ask your questions. Ali is on the call to answer your questions. Thank you.
Stephen, I can see your hand. Please go ahead.
Thank you, Ali. Great presentation. I think I heard that you have $5,000 worth of sales so far this year, but it sounded like you were targeting 150,000 this year. I get that it's you're just starting out. Are those the correct numbers? Did I understand that correctly? And how are you going to achieve that if that is the case? Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much for the question. So we are targeting 150,000 Ghana cedis in sales this year, and $5,000 currently translates to about 51,000 Ghana cedis. That is in sales. So we are halfway through the year, but we are on the projection of having contract with NGOs and other stuff that will bring in a lot of revenue for us. So that's where we aim to get to, and that's how we are going to get our 150,000. Thank you.
Thank you, Ali.
Thank you.
Any more questions, comments for Ali? Any feedback?
Yes, I have. I'm sorry. Can you hear me? I have one question. This is Sean speaking from Atlanta. Yes, Ali, can you explain why you actually have a physical farm? Did I understand correctly? You have a farm and you're looking to expand your farm, and if so, why aren't you working? Excuse me. Why aren't you working directly with these small farmers instead of actually creating the product yourself or growing the product yourself? Thank you.
I don't know if I heard your question correct. You're asking why we have a farm, why?
Yes, did I, part of the capital that you're trying to raise is to actually to have a farm itself or to expand your farm. Is that correct? Did I understand that correctly?
Yes, that's
And I guess my question is, why are you actually expanding your farm? Why aren't you just working with small producers?
So currently we are working with smallholder farmers, but in Ghana we have 3 different seasons. So with the cassava industry where I work, we have 3 different seasons. There's the rainy season where there's a lot of rains coming in, and some farmers are ready to sell their products to you. There's the lean season where the rain is not flowing that much, and at that point you are on and off because some farmers would like to sell their products, others are very skeptical about it. Then there's the dry season where farmers do not even want to attempt to sell their product. The reason being that when they harvest their cassava in the dry season, they don't get the sticks or the seedlings to replant when it's time for the rainy season. So they would like to keep it for the rainy season so that they can just harvest and then replant. So our farm is to help us, especially when it comes to the dry season, so that when farmers are not giving us their cassava, we will have our own farm to rely on so that we don't stop production during that time. Thank you.
Thank you very much for that explanation. That makes sense.
Thank you, sir.
All right. Any more comments, contributions, questions?
Can you hear me?
Yes, please go ahead.
Let's see. I will work to type it.
Okay. While she's typing, who else has anything to say?
I have a question, if you don't mind, while she's typing.
Go ahead.
So, my question, sir, is about your value proposition. You went through that slide, but I want to kind of just revisit that slide again that you talked about, what your value proposition. I saw quality, taste, and what were the other 2 points of your value proposition?
So there's the quality taste, there's the fast delivery, then there's the innovative products, and then we also have attractive packaging.
Okay, and then the packaging. And of those, which do you kind of like tap into as your flagship or your main proposition? Or are you really giving equal weight to all of those right now?
Okay, so currently we are tapping into 3 of these. So for when it comes to attractive packaging, it's something that we believe is easier to copy. But when it comes to the taste, it's a different thing altogether. When we compare our product to our competitors, the taste is different. We have a quality taste and we have a standard way of maintaining that taste. That is something that is very difficult to copy. Even though some of our competitors have been in the business for more than 25 years, they've tried as much as possible and they are able to copy the kind of taste we bring onto the market. So that is something that is very core to us. Then when it comes to the innovative products, currently the Gary on the market is just all those packaged Gary are just 4-in-1. They add sugar, they add maybe nido, then there's peanut being added. That is what is on the market, that is trending. So everybody keeps going that way. No one is doing the banana flavored Gary. No one is going into the vitamin A fortified Gary because there are people who really wish to eat Gary, but there's that perception that eating a lot of Gary gives you eyesight issues and all that. So vitamin A fortified Gary is something that we are bringing on the market to counter that perception, and that is giving us a lot of advantage over our competitors. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ali. Well said. Thank you. Taya Brown has typed a question. She says, how will you plan to expand your workforce along with the expansion of the farm and projected revenue?
So currently, when our workforce is, we have 10 people working for us. So the first another thing we need is an accountant. Currently, as an entrepreneur, I do my accounting, I do a lot of other things. So we want to employ an accountant. We need an agribusiness person, somebody who knows much into agri. I'm a student. When I went to school, I did mathematics and business. Even though I have the experience in farming from the local way. We need somebody who bring in the new technology to help us improve on our product and then help us improve our farming. So these are the 2 core staff we need currently. And these are the two core staff that we are going to employ when we have the kind of funding we need. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. No more hands, no more comments. I guess we'll move on from there. Thank you, Ali. Any final words? Or do we move on, Mr. Trudy, to the next person?
Sure. Just one quick question, if I may.
Okay.
You're buying the machines. Could you very, very briefly describe what they do, but also how much they cost as well?
So we are seeking for $25,000 for 10% stake. The first machine we intend to buy is an automated cassava peeling and washing machine. So an automated cassava peeling and washing machine currently in China costs $10,000. So when you add other expenses, we are looking at $13,000 for that. And then we are thinking of also building a storage facility. If we are building a storage facility, we are looking at least having $8,000 that enter into that storage facility. And the rest, the $2,000, it will be left with $4,000, which we intend to push into our farm and then also employ other people. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, I have a quick question, and maybe I missed this, but what is the health and wellness benefits of your product?
So the health benefits, we are creating a vitamin A fortified Gary. So vitamin A for people with eyesight and all that. We are also bringing something called Gary cereal. Currently, the cereals or in the market are usually wheat in Ghana, especially in Ghana. We have the wheat cereals that people give to their children, especially from infancy to at most 2 years. We are bringing a Gari cereal, a localized cereal for the local people, because we are with the local people. We know how the system works, the kind of things they need. So we are bringing a cereal. This cereal is nutritious. And when you come to our factory, we are dealing with my co-founder is a health professional. She's a nurse. So we don't joke with our surrounding, our sanitation. So when it comes to health, we believe we are the best in the industry. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. Thank you, Ali. Very impressive. I like that you've been able to answer all of the questions you've been asked. If we have nothing else or nobody saying anything, I think we should move in. Oh, I can see comments here. Well done. People are saying nice work, Ali. Well done. After now, you can go look into the chat, all right, and see what people are saying to you. I think we should move on to the next person for time's sake. Ladies and gentlemen, the next venture we'll be featuring today is from a brilliant lady. Her name is Edith Joseph Young. She's a public health enthusiast. She's the creative director of Fruits and Veggies Signature. She has a dynamic product for diabetics. She has looked into the problem of diabetes locally here in Nigeria and even across the world, and she's trying to solve that problem from what they eat. Part diet is also one of the causes of diabetes, and she has produced a product to help manage that crisis and for people to live longer. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together as we welcome Edith Joseph Young.
Hello everyone, my name is Edith Joseph Young. I'm the creative director of Fruit and Veggies Signature, a public health practitioner, the brand that is dedicated and committed to promotion of healthy lifestyle. As a brand, we have identified the following problem: the rise in glycemic index among diabetic patients, and also unhealthy dieting, on utilize of a grain called fonio. We are bringing the solution to this problem. One of the key solutions we are bringing to this problem is fonio, an African ancient grain that research has shown to control sugar level in glycemic index, and also packed with so much nutrient that could help in healthy living. As status, we are on the scaling status. Financial progress so far, or financial report, and also progress so far. As a brand, in the year 2021 September, we invested 1.9 million, which was able to assist us in purchasing some machine for production, and also do a registration with the CSC. Our financial report so far, in the year 2022, we had 120 units of fonio, and we only have the grain that was sold for 4,500 naira per unit, and then we made net profit of 390,000 naira. And then the year 2023, we had the unit of 220 units of fonio, and then we still have just the grain that was still sold at the rate of 4,500 naira, and then we made a net profit of 628,000 naira. And then for 2024, we had the unit of 245, and we only have the grain that was sold for 4,400 and 5,000 naira. And then we have a net profit of 517,000 naira. And then so far for 2025, January to June, we introduced the flour aside the grain, and also we introduced the 3-in-1 fonio, and also we introduced the cookies to the brand. And we had a net profit of 531,000 naira. Our target market includes hospital, gym centers or fitness centers, also families and restaurants, health conscious individual. As unique selling points, as a brand, we are not focusing on the selling, but we empower and then make our customers to take charge of their health status with the knowledge that we share. Management staff. The management staff of Fruit and Veggie Signature include myself, the creative director, Edith Joseph Ian. I am a public health practitioner, a certified medical lab scientist, a first aid trainer with the Nigerian Red Cross Society. We also have a John Emedion Ime, a volunteer medical lab scientist that also contribute during our medical outreach. We also have Paul Clemens as one of the cell representatives. We have Joy Nelson as part of the unit in packaging and processing. Partnership and funding. As a brand, these are the following items that we are seeking for that could help us to scale more in the brand. We are in need of dehydrator, we are in need of fonio destoning machine, and also a generator, a mini walk-in factory, because we need to do some regulation with the body, and also a stainless grinder. Conclusion. Quoting from the founder, Mr. Chubi, we are looking for problem solvers to stand in the gap. And as a brand, Fruit and Veggie Signature is coming to stand in this gap. We support and also collaboration with Africa 2100 and also our colleague. We are ready to scale through, and then we are ready to shape the future. Thank you for listening.
Fantastic. Thank you, Edith. Can we get responses now? Questions, comments? Yes. I'm looking to see raised hands, or you just, yeah. You can just put on your camera or just speak up. And Edith, get ready. You might want to share the equivalent of what you're asking. Get ready.
Okay.
The numbers.
All right.
Yes, comments, questions. Was it that fantastic and nobody has anything to say? Okay.
Yes, I have a question. So how much capital in US dollars are you looking to raise? Could you repeat that again, please? How much capital in US dollars are you looking to raise?
Okay, I'm looking for 6,596,499,000 naira to scale.
And what is that roughly in US dollars?
That's almost $4,000. That's about $4,000, roughly.
Thank you so much for that.
If I may, I have a quick question. That is, you're looking, sorry, I didn't see whether you're looking for FDA approval, but actually, I think that I'm getting confused with the last presentation. Would you be looking to export this? One of the, I understand, advantages of fonio is that it is gluten-free, which certainly in Europe is in high demand right now. So I don't know if you were looking to export as well, or is that just way too far down the line?
Okay, sir. Also, thank you so much, sir, for the questions. We have actually started the process, but we need to do some registration with some of the bodies, NAFDAC, which we have actually started making inquiry. And that's why we are seeking for a mini walk-in factory so they could come for our analysis and inspection. Thank you,
Thank
sir.
you.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. Yes, yes, yes. Any more comments, questions, advice for her?
Just one more question then. I noticed that the price that you're buying it in at has stayed pretty consistent, which I'm surprised at, which is not a bad thing, but I'd have expected the price to go up with recent events. But one thing that has spiked up is your operational costs. Could you just give a bit more detail as to what that is and what's driven that, please?
Edith, did you get the question?
No.
Sorry, I noticed that the prices have stayed consistent over the last 3 years, but in 2025, your operational costs increased quite significantly. Can you explain why that was, please?
Okay, one of the factor is logistics, and then folio comes in with a whole lot of sand, and then during the separation process, there's a whole lot of money paid to labor, and so that's why there's an increase to the price currently this year. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Stephen. Any more comments, any more questions, any more advice for her? Okay. Mr. Chudi, nothing. For time's sake, if we do not have any more comments, would like to move to the next person. Ian, are you there? Please take charge.
Yeah, I'm here. Can you hear me? Can you see
Yes.
me?
Yes, I can. Please go ahead.
So, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon, good morning from where you are. My name is Ian from the Entrepreneurs Hub, Kenya.
Ian, just a second. We missed one comment from Jude area. Before you go to the next person, it's just one quick question. Let me just ask. She's asking Edith, does the NGO mission endorse digital entrepreneurs and provide mentorship also? Okay, that's not really for Edith. But perhaps Mr. Trudy can respond to that later. I think she's talking to Africa 2100.
Okay.
Sorry, please go ahead.
Okay. So it's my pleasure to introduce Danson Mwakazi from Taita Taveta County in Kenya. Danson is the founder of Cobalt Designs, an interesting entrepreneur. As a matter of fact, he is currently what attracted us in A2100 so that we might grow with him to the next level. It was his vision and his dream to transform whatever the local raw material, which was sisal, which is abundantly in Taita Taveta County. And sisal, as you know, is one of the leading natural fibers. So from his perspective, it was how can he transform it from just the fibers to actual fashion that it's interesting. So his point of view was how can he target the men fashion as an entry point. And without further ado, let me leave it unto Danson to explain his growth and what he has done since he joined A2100 with respect to his business.
What if a single bag could preserve heritage, empower rural women, and unlock Kenya's global fashion potential while being truly sustainable? Hi, I'm Danson Mokazi, founder of Koba Designs Kenya, a fashion venture weaving tradition, sustainability, and impact into every bag we create. In Kenya, traditional kiondo weaving is more than a craft. It's heritage passed down through generations. But today, this art form is slowly fading, not because of a lack of skill or passion, but because the women who carry it forward struggle to sustain themselves. They weave with incredible pride and precision, yet have little access to stable markets or consistent income from their work. At the same time, the global fashion industry is in crisis, responsible for 10% of carbon emissions and over 92 million tons of textile waste every year, 60% of which is synthetic. Consumers are now demanding change. There is a rising global appetite for fashion that is sustainable, ethical, and culturally meaningful. And here lies the opportunity. Kenya is the third largest producer of sisal, a strong biodegradable fiber that is both eco-friendly and locally abundant. Yet the gap between our rural artisans and the global sustainable fashion movement remains largely unbridged. That's the gap Koba Designs Kenya is closing by turning underappreciated heritage into opportunity, sustainability, and impact. At Koba Designs Kenya, we are solving both an environmental problem and an economic one. We design elegant, durable bags crafted from locally sourced sisal, a renewable Kenyan fiber that is strong and biodegradable. To make each piece even more sustainable, we blend the sisal with upcycled denim, organic cotton, and biodegradable leather. But Koba is more than just materials. Each bag is handwoven by rural women artisans, ensuring they earn fair and dignified income while keeping their craft and culture alive. We reduce textile waste, honor tradition, and provide livelihoods, one bag at a time. This is how fashion can create real, lasting impact. So, who are we designing for? We serve eco-conscious fashion buyers, people who care not just about what they wear, but where it comes from and who it empowers. We serve consumers who value cultural authenticity and the beauty of handmade craftsmanship, and to serve a growing global audience seeking products that are not just stylish, but ethical, sustainable, and meaningful. And the market is not just growing, it's exploding. The global sustainable fashion industry is projected to grow from $12.46 billion in 2025 to over $53.37 billion by 2033, growing at a compound rate of 23.1% annually. Meanwhile, the ethical fashion segment is expected to reach $13 billion USD by 2030. That's a massive opportunity for African brands, especially those that combine culture, sustainability, and quality. And that's exactly where Koba Design stands. Through this entrepreneurship program, I have brought my vision to life, refined our business model with mentorship and feedback, developed and tested new bag prototypes, and we're now preparing to launch on Ananse to tap into the curated global fashion e-commerce for African brands. Our next big step is to onboard more rural women artisans and to establish a small-scale production and fulfillment hub. To get there, we need support for equipment and production tools, brand development and distribution, partnership with tourism outlets and retailers, and export partnerships. With these supports, Koba Designs will develop our production capacity, create 20 plus new artisan jobs, tap into the $53.37 billion global sustainable fashion market, and boost international exposure for Kenyan heritage and craftsmanship. Koba Designs stands at the intersection of sustainability, community empowerment, and export potential. Together, let's shape a better future. Thank you.
Fantastic, fantastic. All right, do we have comments, questions? Anything to say to Danson?
Hi, this is Ralph.
Yes,
Quick, Danson.
I'm sorry. Ralph, go ahead, please.
Yeah, sorry, Sean. Excuse the background noise. You might hear some noise from my little ones here. Just a question on whether there's been a thought into centralizing some of the women who are weaving these baskets and these bags in a central location where the partnerships with some of the tourist entities could bring potential people who are touring to come and visit how these artisan bags and materials are made. I think that could be another potential source of revenue, whether that's been looked into.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you so much for the question, Mr. Ralph. Yeah, that is something that I will look into as I move forward, looking on how I can bring more the artisans together in one location for that purpose. Thank you so much for that suggestion.
Okay.
But for now, we are yet to do that. Yeah.
Okay,
Yes.
Mr. Sean.
Yes, my question is, are you selling online? Are you selling outside of your local area? Are you selling to Europe or the US online? And can you provide fulfillment if you were to be selling online? If you're not currently selling online to these countries, is there a way for you to actually fulfill international orders? Thank you.
Thank you so much for that. Yeah, I'm still in the early stages of production, on building production, and on the part of selling online. Yeah, that is something that I'm looking into establishing an online presence where people from abroad can buy online. Yeah, I'm also looking into that. And there's Ananse. Ananse is a African fashion e-commerce platform where I will look. Where we have had a meeting with them, and I'm looking into how I can put my presence in the platform. Yeah, with that, shoppers from around the world can shop through Ananse. Thank you so much.
Yes, I'm sorry. I have one more question to add on to that. So, are you primarily looking for capital to expand, or are you looking for capital to actually try and grow your revenue, or both? Or the answer is the answer both?
Okay, thank you. Yeah, at the moment is to establish production. Because I've just done the prototypes. So I'm yet to establish a consistent production where I can be producing consistently. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you. Please, you can ask more than one question. Stephen, please go ahead. I know you have another one. Please. We are here to help these entrepreneurs.
I just wanted to, maybe I missed it, I'd get a better understanding of where your production is at the moment. What level are you producing at, and how's that come into sales? And I'm not sure, I didn't catch how much you're trying to raise as well.
Thank you for the question. Yeah, on the production side, I'm still in the early stages, and on how much I'm looking to raise, I'm looking mainly to raise for sewing machines, where I can be doing the sewing myself. So mainly it's for the sewing machines, which I think at most for the sewing machines, around
We lost him.
Okay, I think he's frozen. I'm quite happy to take that offline as well. So if we've lost
Stefan, I have the same I have the same exact question. So
yeah,
if we can give him a chance to answer, that would be fantastic.
You could also drop the questions in the chat. We'll just also document that. Yeah. All right, do we have any more comments? The call is being recorded, so it will be saved. and we can always get back to the candidates. Any more comments, any more questions, we can just shoot. I see a comment in the chat, somebody talking about the challenge for vegetarians. Some vegans and some people with Asian religion may complain about the leather for the products. Well, okay. Okay. A lot of people in the chat are saying, good job dancing, great presentation, great idea. Ensure you have enough access to raw material from the farmers. Yeah, so when you grow, you don't have challenges. Interesting. Please leave your questions in the chat. We'll catalog all of them. Ladies and gentlemen, we thank you for being with us so far. We've gone from agri, we've moved into fashion, we've touched health, and now we are going to cleanliness. We have another amazing lady. Her name is Faith Uwem Umo. She is the founder and CEO of Festi Clean Homes Ventures. She has an interesting story, a background to how this whole idea of keeping environments clean started up. But she's taking it further, creating liquid soap, liquid wash that people can use and use well. Many of these products are already out on the market, but some of them, the chemicals in them is affecting people's hands, destroying clothes, destroying surfaces. But hey, she's got a revolutionary idea. She started and now she's trying to get traction. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you Faith Umo of Festi Clean Homes. Thank you.
January 2022, I went to a shop to buy soap. Soaps available were of 800 naira and 1,000 naira. I had only 500 naira with me. I now recall of a young lady in my community who produces liquid soap. I went to her, bought the soap of 250 ml at that 500 naira. After my laundry, I experienced chemical reaction from the soap on my hands. It was awful and painful. I had to do something about it. My name is Faith Umo, the founder of Festi Clean Homes Ventures Limited, a company in Itulugu government Akwa Ibom State, Nigeria, that produces and distributes eco-friendly liquid detergents that helps eradicate dirt and stain. We solve the problem of harsh chemicals in most liquid detergents in the market. We also solve the problem of unemployment by producing and distributing eco-friendly liquid detergents with the blend of bio-based ingredients, which are natural fatty oils, natural surfactants, and nitroso. We also solve the problem of unemployment by creating job opportunities in the community we operate, offering fair wages. Creamisense liquid detergents is eco-friendly. It is packaged in innovative, refillable, and recycling containers. It is packaged in 1 liter, 2 liters, and 4 liters with affordable prices. We are set aside from our competitors with their eco-friendly, affordable, accessible, and approved or safer liquid detergents, which are safer on hands and fabric, while tougher on stain. Our target customers are families, hotels, hospitals, and supermarkets. We sell both online and offline. We align with the Sustainable Development Goals of 3, 5, and 12. We operate business to business and business to consumers. 6 months ago, we produced 700 liters of liquid detergents sold at 2,000 naira each. Did a training, packaged our liquid detergents as souvenirs for events.
generated a revenue of 2,200,000 naira, having a net profit of 796,000 naira. We aim at producing 1,400 liters the next 6 months after having this investment. We plan of having our liquid detergents in sachets. Our biggest challenge is lack of funding. We need an investment of $3,500 to buy a sachet packaging machine in exchange of 5% equity. Let's join hands and support premises liquid detergents, support eco-friendly products, support sustainable business. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Faith. Thank you, Cremisence. Over to you. And we see the questions for dancing. We've saved all of them. Let's speak to Faith's presentation right now. Yes, please. Stefan, I can see you're getting ready to speak. Go ahead.
Yeah, just one thing is you mentioned eco-friendly, and you mentioned the experience you'd had when you bought some. What sort of testing do you do on these to make sure that you're not going to cause the same problem for someone else that you experienced?
Faith, did you get the question? What kind of tests did you do? What kind of tests did you do to affirm that your product is friendly enough?
Yeah. And before we use our detergent in batch, we have mini where we carry out experiments. We test it with paper and also product is not so we have the standards.
Sorry, I
Is
didn't
it
catch
me? You're breaking.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, just
how experiments on the products using a bit more instrument that the product is okay. And also have a standard from SOA
Okay, I'm happy for her to get back to me on that, or for someone to get back to me on that one, because unfortunately I didn't hear or wasn't able to hear any of that.
Yes. I think you can also type that, if you can type that really quickly, what you were saying. Yeah. But I had litmus paper. That's the only thing I picked from what you said. Do we have any other comments? And Edith, Faith, please type your response into the chats very quickly. Can we have other comments, other questions? Let's just speak. Should be responding as we move on. Yes. I'm sure somebody is wondering, who is this lady speaking? I'm Dr. Beryl Hondo. I'm the strategic partner for Africa 2100 here in Nigeria. I'm proud of what we're doing here in Africa 2100, empowering people, helping them to also empower those around them. All right, Faith, are you ready for us? Jill, we see your comments. Thank you to Faith for sharing the products. Good products, Catherine says. Any other comments, questions, feedback for Edith, for Faith? Faith, we can't see a response yet. Braban, if you have more, Stefan, if you have more questions, please go ahead.
No questions right now. I'm just typing in a suggestion into the chat so that that's there for later.
Okay, fantastic. Dancing, I can let you respond to one question. Are you there? Are you back? One question. I've sent you some of the questions ready to respond. Go quickly. How much capital are you looking to raise? Do you have social media presence?
Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you so much. I'm sorry that I have a social media presence, Koba Designs Kenya. And on the question of how much capital I'm looking to raise, is about 1.5K. That is 1,500 USD at the moment. Yeah, that's what I'm looking to raise.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right, thank you. Quick questions. How much are you producing right now? What are the sales? And then you've said how much you want to raise. How will you spend it quickly?
Yeah, how much I'm looking to how
much are you
I'm planning to
producing right
use. Okay, yeah. How much I'm producing right now? Right now, about 3. We have not really scaled that much, but with the machines, we'll be able to do it ourselves because that's the biggest challenge we've had. Outsourcing that service of sieving to other people has been a challenge because sometimes they're busy, and so it has kind of slowed our progress down. So the amount I'm going to spend it on the machines, according to the sieving machines. Yeah. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much, Stefan. I can see here a comment from Stefan. EU has public specifications for these products online. It is possible to assess. This sets out which products are acceptable and which are prohibited. These are probably the most stringent in the world, so arguably excessive. However, they provide useful information. Yes, for every one of you, you want to go online, you want to export, you really need to look out for the different requirements for each of the areas in the world you want to target. Use those as a guide if you want to scale. Thank you very much. Do we have any more comments to save time? I'd say we move on to the last presentation for today. If you've been enjoying the session, then just give me an emoji, just react, love, thumbs up, something, just say something. Yes, I can say a lot of love. Thank you, flowers. Thank you, thank you. Thank you. We appreciate you. Thank you for staying this far. We have the next presenter here. Is also from Nigeria. We've had from Ghana, we've had the second person was Nigerian, third person Kenya, then we had another Nigerian, and now we have the last presentation. He's a Nigerian. His name is Idorenyi. Right, Idorenyi is an entrepreneur, a certified solar entrepreneur. One of the challenges we have here in this part of the world is power. Ali mentioned also how people's produce were going bad. It happens a lot here too. So he found a problem in his community. People couldn't preserve what they were catching, the fishermen and all that. And then he couldn't get generators to do that. He found an easier way, solar powered. He's going to talk about that, how he has scaled with it, what he's doing with it, what he plans to do with it, and how he needs your support to move forward. Over to you, Idorenyi. Thank you.
Technical challenge.
Okay, it's coming up. Yeah. While it's coming up, Faith, please, your marketing plan. Somebody has just asked about it. Just give it a second. Give it a second. We will see the presentation in a moment. Feel free if you still have any other questions for Faith. Faith, I didn't see your response to the last question in the chat. Please drop it. Your marketing plan, somebody would like to know. I know you have a lot of energy, Faith participated in the pitch challenge we had recently in Africa 2100. In fact, only 2 ladies joined and they did very well, Edith and Faith.
Hello, everyone. My name is Idore Lumo, the CEO of Galaxy Nigeria. 5 years ago, I relocated to my community in Southern Oran in Akwa Ibom State. And the vision was born. And the vision was to make sure all households and small businesses in Southern Oran in Akwa Ibom have access to a cooling hub. Galaxy Nigeria was geared to address that gap. What problem are we solving in Galaxy? In Southern Oran, over 6,000 people endure months without electricity, especially during the dry season, when temperature soars above 45 degrees centigrade. Without power, cold storage is impossible, and food and water preservation becomes a daily struggle. The impact of livelihood and health is said, and one of it is food spoilage, where over 1,000 pounds of food produce goes waste due to spoilage each year. Fishermen business begins to struggle, where over 70% of their catches get spoiled and their families become poor. Body temperature management, lack of cold water to ensure comfortable living becomes a problem. A solution was born. Galaxy Nigeria decided to provide a sustainable ice block production and distribution powered by solar energy. This innovation is restoring livelihood, especially for fishermen in the Southern Oran, where over 70% of their daily catch now preserved using our ice block, our ice and power system. By addressing the physical cold storage gap, our solution ensures that perishable goods remains viable, market ready, and for consumption. Our dedicated distribution network cuts across the Southern Oran, a region where the traditional ice block production facility infrastructure are virtually non-existent, making us the first and only provider meeting this essential service. What's the market opportunity? With over 6,000 people in size and with over 1,000 in demand monthly, and with a growing demand among restaurants, among bars, among market women, among small shops, that is a significant number. What's my revenue flow? My expected monthly sales is 700. My price per ice block is 500. My gross earning stands at 350,000. My expenditure, the breakdown goes: wages stands at 120,000. Logistics stands at 50,000. Water bag stands at 30,000. With a monthly net profit of 150,000. What's my next? Our management team, rather. The director, myself, Idore Lumo, is a certified solar entrepreneur with a strategic leadership vision and with experience of over a decade of entrepreneurial drive. My operation manager, Mwana Ime, holds a BSc in banking and finance and has an experience as a customer relationship personnel for 5 years with the electricity company. She ensures smooth daily operation. With my sales personnel, Kufre, Paseko, and Kufre John, they drive sales aggressively. What's my next milestone? I intend to increase ice production capacity from 700 to 1,000 within the next 6 months. With extra funding, I stand to have over 1,000 increase in production. Having additional smart cooling appliances is of our utmost need. To achieve this milestone, a solar power 600-liter smart cooling freezer is required to boost production. The modest cost for this milestone and beyond, including cost of panel and freezer, etc., is 3,562,500. What's my funding need? And a loan. One of the funding pipeline we are open to is an angel loan. The numbers below represent our repayment plan. 840,000 naira each year for 5 years, totaling about 4,200,000. Galaxy Nigeria is offering a reliable service of ice block production, thereby reducing spoilage and restoring confidence and reducing food shortages in my community. The demand is growing, the impact is clear, and the market is compelling. With your investment, we are sure to increase our operation, ensure our reliability, and partnership with Galaxy Nigeria offers access to an attractive and underserved market, a product with a growing year-round demand, a low operating cost driven by solar energy, a pathway to strong return on investment. We are not building a business. We are building a model of sustainability, impact, and growth. We invite you to invest. Come on board. Let's run the vision. Thank you.
Thank you, Doreen Umar. All right, do we have comments? Do we have questions? Any advice for him? Yes. I can see applause here and there. Thank you. Stephen, you've come on camera. Go ahead. After that, Dr. Adam.
Okay, I'm happy to start. Looks really exciting, particularly with the solar opportunities. What level of solar power are you operating at right now? How many kilowatts are you producing? How many panels do you have? And what are your plans to take this wider? I mean, your numbers in particular, the one that stood out was fishermen, 70% of fish boiled to 30%. I mean, that's incredibly exciting. Clearly scope to do more as well. And I'd imagine as you get more sales, they're going to spend more on the ice and get that 30% down to hopefully zero. But so how much production are you at the moment with the solar power, and where are you looking to go after your own local region? You're on mute, by the way.
All right, please unmute your mic.
Okay. Thank you very much. Yes, currently, like I stated in my presentation, I produce about 700 of it, and my capacity is just barely 30 blocks. The appliances that I'm using currently produces a turns out rather a capacity of 30 per day, and that most of the time doesn't meet the demand. So I'm looking at acquiring additional appliances where I can scale to 1,000 plus and above. So that's my plan.
He asked about where you want to go beyond your local community. That's part of his question.
Okay, definitely. Yeah. As a startup, yes, I'm building up gradually, and where I intend to go is where I duplicate my services in various locations across my region.
Okay, Stephen, are you fine with his response? Okay.
Yes, thank you.
Dr. Calorie, please.
You're mute.
Dr. Calorie, please check your sound.
Can you hear me? Oh, no. Can you hear me now?
Yes, we can. Go ahead.
Okay, just very quickly. This is just building off of Stephen's question. As you look at duplicating your services, I was just curious, do people come to you, or are you looking at creating a distribution network, maybe some trucks that will take the ice blocks to the community, will take it to the businesses in other communities, allowing you to reach out further from your current location?
Okay, thank you very much. Currently, customers come to me, and one of the plans that I have in terms of logistics is to go to them and go beyond my own locality and region. So that's my plan.
Thank you.
Yes. Yes. So to add to Stephen's question, so this investment, this, if I understand it correctly, you're asking for. Sorry, I have to translate to US dollars. You're asking
That's
for
about
roughly.
$2,500.
Yes, thank you for that, Doctor. Yes, so this satisfies your local area. This will get you to maximum capacity at your local area. Is that correct? And the question is,
Yeah.
what more would you need to expand beyond your local area? So, for instance, you're showing a return. You're going to be giving us a return on our investment. If we want to reinvest that money back into the company, where does that take you as far as to the next step, as far as expanding beyond your local community?
Okay. Going by my current production level, yeah, with additional appliances, I will scale beyond the 700, and that would mean that I'll be able to reach out to more customers, and more customers will be in benefit of my product. So I look at increasing the capacity, most importantly. So that's the outlook for me.
Yeah. So if I understand it clearly, and I'll speak really slowly here. If I understand it clearly, this investment would get you to 100% of your market, your local market. You'll be able to satisfy. You'll not be running out of ice, right? Will not be turning anyone away. With this investment, you can satisfy the entire demand for your local market. Is that correct?
Actually, this asking is like as a startup. Yes, I have to build gradually. So the next scale is to acquire, like I said, a bit another level of production, which would take me to have more market share. So this current asking is going to make me have more market share. Not that it's not going to completely address the market.
So I'm sorry, Alex was bleeding over there. So could you just? I'm sorry for this. Somebody else was speaking while you were speaking.
No,
So
an interference. So say again what you intend to do, and particularly beyond Uruan community, what do you want to? Where do you want to take Galaxy? If you've satisfied Uruan, what next?
Okay, thank you very much. Yes, my next call is to with the satisfaction of my market share within my region. My next call is to explore the more adjoining communities, and that will mean that I will have to acquire more appliances going forward in the near future.
No, that's fantastic. Thank you for answering my question. That's exactly what I was looking to hear.
Okay. Thank you.
There's a question for you in the chat, and Faith, be on standby. The question for you in the chat is from Ikenna, and he says, how do you manage your financial books? Do you do it yourself, or do you engage an expert? Your records, how do you manage it?
Oh. Hello.
How do you manage your finance? Your financial records, do you engage an expert or you do it yourself?
Yes, like I said, I have in my team a financial expert who runs the numbers for me.
Ken, are you satisfied? Dr. Adam, your hand is still up. You want to ask something
Yes,
else?
I do.
Go
I
ahead,
do. I
sir.
have a follow-up to Sean's question, and I think it would help it would help with the response that you're giving, Ittering. You've already sized your market at 6,000 people in your community that you want to target. Can you also size the other communities that you're thinking about? Are they also around 6,000 people? Are there 3,000 people? How large are some of these other markets that you would like to expand into if you had additional appliances?
Okay. Yes, thank you very much. Yeah, the market I'm looking forward to expand to, it's quite doubles where my current market size. So in an effort and in a plan to go forward, I'll need quite more appliances as compared to what I'm having now.
Okay. Thank you.
All right.
Thank you, Doreen. Thank you, Dr. Adam. Thank you, everyone. Considering the power problem still persists, you might also consider perhaps there's someone in the next community who also wants to run that business. You want to partner, and then you then become the one supplying appliances to those other businesses. That's another side beyond just and selling. You can delve into your solar panel. That's what you're trying to buy, right? The solar paneled freezing equipment. So that's something you can also supply, not just the ice. Okay. Thank you very much. Since we have no more questions, Doreen, Faith, you want to speak very quickly because of time, very quickly respond to some of the questions you were asked earlier. Go ahead, Faith, quickly.
For the marketing plan, from the slide, we sell our products on social media. We have website. We also partner with supermarkets and also shopping malls. We have distributors that help us distribute these products in the market.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
Yes. Does anybody else still have anything for Faith? And the question on keeping your finance records touches on every one of us. Is something that we've organized the webinar for, and please just stay mindful about it. Stay mindful about it.
Yes,
Yes.
I have a
Any more comments? Any more?
yes, I have a question
Go
for
ahead.
Faith. Faith, yes, our last presenter was the first person to show us a return on our investment. So if we were to invest, I believe that you're asking for 3,500 roughly US dollars as an investment. What type of return are we looking for? How long will it take us to get our money back for this investment?
Yeah, return will be 3 years. 3 years, and we are giving out 5% equity.
And will you be needing additional capital in the future to continue to expand the business, or will you be able to self-fund the business based upon your growth?
Actually, we do not only produce liquid detergent, we have other products that we also produce and sell. So we also generate money from there.
So are you saying that it will those monies can then fund the business from there on? Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
Okay.
Dr. Bell, I didn't hear you well. What did you say?
Based on what Sean said, he wants to know if you'll be needing more money later, or whatever returns you get from the business the business will start funding itself. And that's what I wanted you to confirm. And then you mentioned that you have other aspects of the business that also generate revenue, right?
Yes. Yes, we have other products that generate income to us.
Okay, I have some feedback from our finance person, Ikenna. He's saying that 5% equity is low, but he will want more if he was the one.
Once more, it was more.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, do we have any more comments? In the absence of that, I'd like to say a very big thank you. I'm Dr. Barry Hondo. I'm the strategic partner for Africa 2100 here in Nigeria. I'm the CEO of Beryl Consults. We do strategic communication and business advisory. Now I will be calling on Ali to provide a note of appreciation. Thereafter, we'll have Stephen to say something to us. Stephen is our board chair, and I really enjoyed the engagement today. I want to say a big thank you to everyone who has said something, who has just been here. Please, 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 thank you so much for your time. And let's see some of those emojis there if you've enjoyed everything we've done today. Flowers, love, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you so much. It's been an amazing time. Thank you, Mr. Trudy, for the Africa 2100 vision. You are changing lives. Thank you so much. All right, over to you, Ali. Note of appreciation. Thank you.
Hello, good afternoon to everyone once again. On behalf of the participants from Cohort 2 of the Africa 2100 FRP program, I want to express our deepest gratitude for the opportunity to share our visions today. We are honored to be part of a community that champions innovation, impact, and community-led solutions. Our journey to transform ideas into globally relevant products is just a beginning, and we are inspired by the partnerships, insights, and possibilities that lie ahead. But like Oliver Twist, we will always ask for more. A heartfelt thank you to the founder, country leads, mentors, fellow entrepreneurs, and everyone who made this showcase possible. Your encouragement, your support encourages ventures like ours to dream bigger, grow stronger, and create meaningful change. Together, let's build the next generation of African change makers. Thank you for your support, and we hope to see more. Thank you.
Thank you, Ali. Over to you, Stephen.
Okay, thank you first of all to Jody for making this happen. This has been a lot of fun, entertainment, and very educational. So thank you. Just to remind everyone, the website is www.africa2100.org. So what are we doing? What we're starting off with a problem. The problem is unemployment, a growing population. What is our mission is to improve lives and reduce that. How are we going to do that? And that's train entrepreneurs. Really is that simple. Coaching, mentoring, education. There's been 2 programs to date. They've been phenomenally successful. They're already producing jobs. So on to the presentations. So Progol Agro. First time I've heard of banana flavored Gary. Can't believe it's taken this long for someone to come up with that. Maybe it's just my European taste buds. I'm not used to Gary, and perhaps banana flavor in there would help me with that. $5,000 of sales this year. It's really doing well. One of the things that Ali is doing is training the farmers. So the training he's getting, the education he's getting, he's passing on. This is a cascade of education. So it's phenomenally important and impressive. And helping and he's even got his own farm to deliver cassava when other farms are not producing. I think it was Sean who asked that question. So it was a very important question, but it was a spectacularly important answer. So that was really interesting. Fruit and Veggies Signature by Edith. A health focus. It's deeply important now. A lot more people are becoming health conscious. Diabetes, but there's also the gluten-free aspect. It's a growing demand. I didn't get a chance to look at it, but maybe something you could look at is a protein content, because this is something else that is becoming a hot topic right now for the young kids doing lots and lots of exercise. Cobra Designs, natural fibers, and an opportunity to leverage from what is frankly a global transformation of the fashion industry. Something that needs to happen in the West is getting a lot of press, and clearly you've seen that. Really want to see that grow and to expand. A little bit of a suggestion, it's possibly relevant for other people here as well. And that is, if you're going to expand internationally, what you need to start off with is a friend, and I would just try one market. In almost every case, that market is London. I'm biased because I live here, but the proportion and the concentration of African diaspora purchasers and consumers is biggest in London. That's what it is. It's the numbers. It's a commercial aspect. Start with London. You'll probably find it easier to find a partner. There's going to be lots of partners can help. So that's going to work for a lot of you. The second one would probably be NYC, New York, that is. Festi Clean Home Ventures. Looking for a machine for packaging, and that was a theme that came on several times. I would have a look at international requirements for your products, not because you have to follow them in your local market, but it'll be another source of education, and it'll help you to get ideas for where you can expand your products and expand your range. So look for EU and US safety requirements. It's really educational, somewhat tedious, but it'll be educational. It's worth the time and effort to work on that. Galaki, Nigeria. This is a colossal issue again, another one where I've seen a lot of frustrations getting solar into Nigeria. But this is a very, very powerful story. You're going from 70% of the fish spoilt to 30%. I think it can be taken further, but your product can be used for so much more. And there's, again, a great opportunity here. So some of the themes I'm seeing, sustainability. This is increasingly important. It's important everywhere. And it's about reducing costs. Sustainability can reduce your costs and reduce your wastage. So that's desperately important. Waste reduction. That's an important waste reduction in food. Just as you do this with fish, the same can be true of soft fruits, fruit produce, tomatoes, desperately important in Nigeria, most of Africa. Any of the crops that you're producing can be made to last longer with just a little bit of ice. So that's important. Jobs. I mean, jobs, more jobs and more jobs gets back to the core problem and what we're trying to do. So it's great to see that everyone is delivering on that front, delivering jobs and even educating more people and helping other people to set up their own businesses or to improve their businesses. Not a universal, but definitely a common theme. It's international opportunities. I don't want to sort of say this is all about international opportunities, but there's a couple of aspects here. One is diversification. So if you spread your markets, you've got multiple markets. It means if there's a problem in one market, you've still got other sources of income. So it can be very useful. Doesn't mean you go for it straight away, but you should be thinking about it from the start. And you should be thinking about what you can do to your products to ensure that they are compatible with international regulations from the start in order to make that transition to international sales easier. So have a think about that and keep it going. Scalability. You all want to grow because you want to create more jobs and you want to take your businesses further. Start thinking about it from day one. You're starting in a local region. How are you going to take it to the next region? Are you going to have one production center or are you going to have multiple production centers in different regions? And do you know and trust people that will be able to help you with that? Start looking for them immediately. So start looking for people you're going to be able to trust and build a relationship with and that you're going to be able to call on later. And again, a couple of ideas that came out of this. Several people were talking about finances and managing finances. And I noticed on the question, someone was talking about digital. Well, does anyone have an app to help people here with their finances? And does anyone want to produce an app? Maybe that's going to be a great opportunity to help and to sell to the existing cohort. So that could be an opportunity. Equally, does anyone know how to help import these machines? Because I'd imagine most of these machines that are coming in are going to be coming from China. Is anyone able to identify providers, conduct due diligence, work with people out there? So these are other ideas that have come to mind as I've been listening throughout the day. So with that, I just want to say a big thank you again to the presenters. I've really enjoyed that. So just say thank you very much.
Thank you, Stephen, for that appreciation and roundup. And thank you to all the presenters again. Congratulations to each one of them. Given that this was the final step in the program, they've met the threshold, so they will each get a certificate. Unfortunately, we haven't figured out, and I don't know if anybody's figured out how to hand out certificates virtually, but they will be getting one just for the awareness of those in attendance. Know that they've met the threshold and they articulated the problem, they shared the solution, and they told you how you can help them accelerate or continue with that journey. So please go to our website, join our ecosystem, because we need you more than you know. We've tried to articulate that, whether it is being a mentor, whether it is sponsoring these individuals or other individuals that you may know of, whether it is some of your great ideas or expertise. We typically bring in guest speakers, subject matter experts from time to time to expose these individuals, because it's all about shifting mindset. You don't know what you don't know. And if you're limited by your environment or by what you've been exposed to, you don't know what the sky is or what your limits are. So thank you again for giving us your precious time. I truly appreciate the time you spent with us. And hopefully we did something for you. We exposed you to what's going on here. And we hope you will do us a favor by spreading the word across your network and responding to our feedback survey, which you will get shortly, if not today, no later than tomorrow. So please, please respond so we can know what worked. We don't know if you don't give us that feedback. And
Judy,
go on.
I'm sorry, but before you end, I have a question for you.
Yes,
So
sir.
again, I'm just amazed about the small amounts these individuals are requesting and how much good it could do. And my question is, as far as like the investment itself, how do you go about contacting, or are you the intermediary that we set up meetings with to talk about potentially putting a few dollars towards their capital requests? And sort of how does that process work? Could you maybe take 2 minutes to explain that before you end the call?
We've already pegged you, so you've done what you needed to do. So we know you and we know how to find you. So we will reach out with their respective uh, details for how to move forward with that. But just so everybody knows, the structure which we've put in place here, which is why you have the country leads, is whatever allocation or investment you decide to go will be channeled that way to make sure it actually is doing that which you think you're putting your money towards. We've thought through all of that, and we'll appreciate the opportunity to demonstrate that to you. So, Sean, thank you for that question, because hopefully others had the same question too, and didn't want to be as bold as you and put yourself out there. So, thank you for that. Were there any other questions? If not, please look out for two things. One, feedback survey. We want to hear back from you. Two, we have another, as I said to you, we don't only have 5 of the cohort 2, but we could only fit 5 into the 2 hours, and we knew it would be asking for too much to ask you for any more than 2 hours. So hopefully we will schedule the next one within the next month. So to give you some breather. And 3, the survey, the market survey, which will go out beginning of next week. Please look out for that and please share that across your network. So thank you again for a wonderful session. Congratulations to each of the founders who shared their vision with us today. And have a wonderful rest of your day, everybody, and be well.
Bye, everybody.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you.
Bye.
Buddy.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.